Hey everyone, this is Visible15 welcoming back to Let's Discuss The Walking Dead. This is for Season 3, Episode 14, and I am very happy that Cable One and AMC actually came to some sort of an agreement. It was either a Thursday or a Thursday night or something like that because I know that it was supposed to shut off either at 11:59 on the 15th or 12 o'clock midnight on the 16th or whatever. So, anyways, it was supposed to shut off, but luckily they did come to some sort of an agreement. I don't know if it's just a temporary one. I don't know if one side kind of caved into all the other side's demands, or if they decide to kind of split what they wanted or whatever. All I know is that AMC is still on the air for me, so I can still watch The Walking Dead. So, as for last night's episode, it was a really non-Rick centered episode. They tend to have those every once in a while. To me, Rick's only seen in the episode at the very end. That really could have been played by any character, so it's not like it essentially had to be him or anything, so at least from what I can tell. They had Todd McFarlane on last night on the Talking Dead, and he kind of raised an interesting little idea, at least that I thought, that maybe Milton was just playing the two sides off each other, hoping that, you know, one side will kind of definitely win against the other side, and if the governor actually wins, he kind of be considered really crazy by the people in the town, and Milton would just take over for him. I know that Milton is kind of the governor's friend, but I really don't see it that way anymore. I don't know if the governor sees it that way either. So, um, I think that maybe his betrayal was just too much. He might barely be keeping him alive now. One little thing more might push him over the edge. I know it was kind of meant in the episode to look like Milton had set the walkers on fire, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe it was somebody else that did that, and he was just kind of looking like the scapegoat for like dramatic purposes or whatever. But because I'm kind of wondering if maybe it was like Sanchez or something that did it. Maybe he was influenced by Daryl at the peace treaty thing, but I really have my doubts right now about it actually being Milton. So, in major props to the writers and the director of the chase scene that Andrea had with the governor in the abandoned warehouse. Um, I thought it was really done well that there was actually surprises with the actors, like when they didn't know that he was going to be whistling, and didn't know when the governor was actually going to be moving the shovel along, like the glass panes or the fences or anything like that, not just making noise. So I thought it was really done well. I know a lot of people would probably agree with me, and don't really have to comment on that too much, but I do have to give my props to them. So the only thing that I kind of have to wonder is, okay, how did they get in there? I mean, how many people would actually go to a building out in the middle of nowhere to actually work and stay there when the world goes to shit. But I can kind of understand if people went out there like if it was like just some group that was looking for some place to kind of hide out and stuff. But there was just way too many walkers there for to be kind of a random thing. Um, Plus, it seemed like a lot of these guys actually had like uniforms on. So yeah, I just kind of wonder why they were all out there. I could kind of understand if it was kind of a more open place. That some of them just kind of wandered in there, but like maybe a door or two open. Such a little place to get so many walkers to actually go in there and you know then just not come out. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know. Maybe some of them just work there, and um, some of the walkers passing by kind of heard stuff like some shuffling and stuff inside. They figured, hey, maybe a meal or two was in there. I don't know. So that's really the only reason that I can think of that they would come in there. Of course, I don't know why so many actually got kind of trapped upstairs. Uh, because well, the doorway there was actually shut. Plus, even if there was a whole bunch upstairs, they probably would have moved out of that stairway. So, um, I don't know. Either that or, they'd be really pressing against the door, and you could kind of hear it when you kind of went, or well, when Andrea kind of went up close to it. She should have actually heard them, or maybe maybe seen some movement on the inside, like through that broken piece of glass, or heck, maybe even smelled like the guys on the other side. I'm getting really tongue tied today, so I think I'll keep this one kind of short. But the last thing that I want to talk about is when Andrea was captured by the governor at the very end of the episode. I kind of agree with Chris Hardwick, where I thought it was kind of going to be a fuzzy moment or whatever. Maybe not as fuzzy as he was thinking, but I was kind of thinking that maybe she would get close to the prison. Then she'd either be shot or, maybe she'd be surrounded by walkers, and that would be the very end of the episode. Like nobody was going to help her, but um, yeah. Of course, the governor got out of being, basically mauled by like I don't know, like 20, 30 walkers or whatever. Which means that he's a really good fighter if he could fight off that many. So because there wasn't really that much room to move around. Plus, I think in a way he was kind of cornered. So I mean, yeah, that's probably going to boost his skills a little bit, considering there's nowhere to run. But still, he's only got so many bullets, and can only stab so many at one time, and who knows, maybe he's got a hidden katana on him somewhere. So, as for the torture chamber, to me, I kind of wonder if Andrea is actually going to die at the end of the season. I don't know if it's going to be intentional or not, but I think she is going to be, kind of dead at the very end. Because on the Talking Dead last night, when they were talking to Laurie Holden, she would always talk about her character in the past tense, and I know in a way that's kind of semantics and stuff, but I don't know if she was just talking like in the past tense for the last season, or if her character got totally offed and that's it for her. Because in the comics, I believe that her character is actually at the prison and not in Woodbury, so um, I don't know if she's gonna be just totally dead or whatever. I don't know if they're gonna eventually kill the governor and then she's gonna be taken over in Woodbury, or if they're gonna kill the governor and she's gonna take over in Woodbury and then basically get killed by Milton and he's gonna take over for her. It's just one of those things that you got to think about, but I'm not totally sure or anything. So, um, but I think that's going to be it for this week. So, this has been 15. You've been watching Let's Discuss The Walking Dead. This has been for Season 3, Episode 14. And luckily, I will see you next week. So.